And his opponent from England, the number 21 on the PDC Order of Merit and the former World Grand Prix and Premier League finalist. And the former World Masters champion, the King, Mervyn King.
Behold the King of Kings. Bow down to the King. Bow down to the King. Bow down to the King. Bow down to the King.
Halfway through the evening session here at the Danish Darts Open, live from the Brøndby in Copenhagen. It's another mouth-watering clash. The German giant, Gabriel Clemens, a man who has been coming so close to picking up a first PDC ranking title over the last few months, but has never really done it on the European Tour. He's never managed to win back-to-back games on the Euro Tour in his 2-3 years of trying against Mervyn King, the veteran. A European Tour champion, a former world master, a true legend of the game is Merv. But how will the conditions here at the Brøndby adversely affect Merv? Because he's already sweating up. It is hotter in here than the 1996 Steve Beaton calendar, swimwear edition. And Merv looks to be feeling the effects on his walk-on. So if this goes 10-11 legs, will he be up to the task? They've played each other twice, once on the Euro Tour, Merv won that with a good performance, and once this year, where Gabriel Clemens was electric as he won that one on his way to the final. Both he and Merv averaged more than 100. More of that, please, Rob Malarkey.
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg, Gabriel to throw first. Game on!
Well, never mind feeling the heat on his walk-on. I watched Merv in the practice room at about 2 o'clock this afternoon, and he already seemed to be labouring there, and he may well be labouring now as well, because Clemens is out of the blocks with a 180 with his very first visit of the night. Great start by the German.
Well, Gabriel Clemens, if he's in one of those moods, he can do that all night. Look at that. Sexiest darts flights in the game. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Really is.
Takes me back to the summer of 1988, that brilliant kit worn by Klinsmann and Co. They gave it a bit of an airing at the World Cup 2 years later, won the World Cup with that as well.
No World Cup spot for Gabriel Clemens, but I tell you what, he'll be breathing down the neck of Martin Schindler for a spot in that German team next year if he continues to play in the manner that he's been doing. Certainly the start of this year. He's made a couple of finals on the tour this year already, beaten in both of them.
Yeah, he's up to 56 on the Order of Merit, is Gabriel Clemens.
Yeah, and remember, this is only his second year as a tour card holder, so this is all free money. He's not defending anything. We'll be seeing him at things like the World Championship, Players' Championship finals. That's more money to go on his ranking. So only next year he'll start defending all that money he's won. Doesn't need to go bullseye, so he won't.
Yeah, just had a quick look to see where Merv was. You mentioned Merv being a stalwart of the game and of the European Tour. This is his 67th European Tour event. Only Ian White and Peter Wright have competed in more.
Gabriel, you require 32.
Another one in there then, Gabriel.
That'll
do very nicely.
Gabriel Clemens, second leg, Mervyn to
first leg for Clemens, who kicked things off with a ton 80.
Well, what you can see already with his first visit and his last visit in that leg, Gabriel Clemens, those
60.
sort of fine, thin-barreled darts with the tapered points, quite reminiscent of soft-tip points, actually. He can group those darts together very well, and just to completely not illustrate that point, he just throws them all over the place in that visit. But when he gets it right, he can jam those darts in a very small area. Not sure what that bounced out on Merv, apart from the board, but didn't look like it caught a wire. And Russ is having to pick it up for him, so the back may not be very good right now.
Yeah, Russ Bray Part-time referee, part-time carer for Mervyn King this evening as well.
140.
Making life easier for the King. It is astonishing, though, Clemens' record on the European Tour. 1 win and 9 defeats for Gabriel Clemens. 3 first-round defeats this year alone. Lost to Mark Dudbridge at the German Darts Championship. Ricky Evans at the German Darts Grand Prix. Barney at the German Darts Open. Hasn't qualified for the last 3 prior to this weekend.
Well, it's only Brendan Dolan that he's beaten on the European Tour stages. The European Darts Trophy back end of last year. And it meant that even though he was getting quite a lot of opportunities to play on the European Tour, he hasn't, as yet, made it to the European Championship, which is obviously a huge opportunity to go and earn some big money. Because undoubtedly, he's got the game. You look at him on the Pro Tour stuff, the floor form, he can go on runs. He's in the top 32 in the averages list. He's averaging just shy of 94. That's only 0.1 off what the German number 1 Max Hopp is averaging for the year.
100.
Clemens, a man who reached a 3rd PDC final in the space of less than a year when he took on Johnny Clayton in Barnsley in April in the final there. 180 for Merv, put some pressure on, but Clemens just taking the moments.
Double 14 the target now.
92.
Oh, well, you could say 10 or a 6 he'd gone for to leave top, so double 18. It was a decent double to leave, but not the one he was after. Merv doesn't leave any double at all.
53.
2-0.
Yeah, he was targeting double 18 there, missed the treble 19. Clemens looking at double 7.
Game shot on the second leg.
2-0, he leads.
Third leg, Gabriel to throw first.
Zoran
Game
Merschbacher,
on.
Austrian World Cup player, and Jelle Klaassen, his 2 victims in qualifying. Merv overcame the other King in the shape of Corey Cadby in his first qualifying. His first round of qualifying for this. Ryan Meikle was the other player he beat. 6-3, 6-1 respectively.
140.
Was a finalist in Zwolle last time, Mervyn King as well.
120.
Even though he was suffering with migraines that weekend as well. That was one of the problems that blighted him in the Netherlands towards the end of last month.
I know, he sent me back to the hotel to go and get his medication, his painkillers. Basically Merv's drug dealer for the weekend, which is not a role that I thought I'd
ever play.
133.
It was an honour and a privilege, I imagine, Dan, for you.
Drug dealer by royal decree.
Yeah, beat Daryl Gurney 6-1 in the second round. Survived a couple of match darts against Roby John to see off the Austrian. And it's another Austrian who awaits the winner of this one. Menciur Subotic, Austria's number 1, is the immediate reward on offer. Menciur has arrived in Copenhagen. Mervyn King might well arrive with his first leg. Oh, it bounced out. It bounced out. It was there. It was in the zone. And Russ Bray picks up the loose pieces once again.
You can see the mark. It went in, it came out.
34.
And Merv is allowed another go.
You require 50.
An absolute gift for Gabriel Clemens, but he does not seize upon it. Now Merv ain't going to go for the bullseye first dart here. Single 18 to leave the double 16, upon which Mervyn King has built so much. Ooh, oh my word, what are you doing, Merv? You only get 1 dart at double 16 now. And that's all you need.
He almost missed the single 14 as well. It was perilously close to that single 11. But, well, Mervyn King, I suppose, justice has been served there, given the nature of that bounce out. When he was looking at a 170 finish.
140.
Well, could that little passage of play there prove to be the key moment in this game? Well, they're getting a lot of darts falling out the board, and I'm not exactly sure what that one is more. Perhaps understandable. I think he's caught the flight there, and those, as good as they look, those flights, they're the plastic rigid flights that Gabriel uses, a bit like the ones we saw from Steve West earlier on. There's a little bit more to them than the traditional flights, which does mean if you catch them, they can take a lot of power out of the dart. Say with Mers, if you catch that flight, yes, it can deflect it, but it won't stop it in its tracks quite as much as those rigid, heavier flights that Gabriel's using.
'97.
Clemens has raised his average to the mid-90s right now, and it's kind of what you expect from him. You also know that he's able to put 10 points on that because he's done that on a number of occasions this year. Another one in there. Would have given him a dart at double 12, but he sets it up very nicely. Mervyn King has got a decision to make. Bullseye or treble 19? What's it to be, Merv?
Seems to be looking at the 19s. No, he's gone for the bullseye. Well, he's back there now. And this time it stays in, it stays good. And 95 is taken out for Mervyn King, who's back on terms at 2 apiece. And again, he'll feel an element of justice being served there as well.
Well, here we go, because Gabriel Clemens has fired in a third 180, and he doesn't give much away, the German giant. But that's about as fired up as I've seen him. And maybe Gabriel has just got fed up of losing on these European Tour stages. He knows he's got the game. He knows he's got the quality. Is that in?
I think it is.
It is in.
Yeah, the second dart, it was a slight optical illusion, but it's good. And we are on for something special. And it would be the 4th time on the European Tour this year.
Gabriel, you require 141.
6 perfect darts. He finds the 7th, but he can't find the treble 19. And Paul Nicholson walks past the commentary box with a look of exasperation on his face.
But he has,
you know it's good when Nicholson comes down to join us for that one.
Descended from the heavens of the Brombihala to get a closer look at this wonderful leg from Gabriel Clemens.
Well, in the end, it might be a 12-darter.
And
it is a 12-darter for Gabriel Clemens. 7 perfect darts. And he just stems the tide of that mini sequence of king legs.
134.
Well, after a bit of a sluggish start, this might be developing into the game that we'd hoped it would be.
And there's almost 15 points between the averages now as well.
16.
That's just been trimmed down a little bit, but nevertheless, Clemens is well on top in the average stakes.
He is, but you go and ask Glenn Durrant if that means he's in round 2.
Yep. That was the perfect illustration. Merv, 2 from 3 on his doubles. That has
99.
really served him well so far today.
Look at that. 115 first 9, very healthy. Overall average of almost a ton. Clemens,
92.
7 missed darts at double in there. Really can score, this guy. Really does pepper that treble 20, Gabriel Clemens, and it's the kind of scoring power that can terrify opponents. When you're looking at the players who hit more 180s or more regular 180s than everybody else, Gabriel Clemens is up there again, up with the likes of Glenn Durrant, Ian White. That's how regularly he's hitting him. That is not what he was after, and I'm trying to figure out what Merv was doing there. Well,
38.
I'm very confused.
Gabriel, you require
Merv
72.
could have left his favourite double 16 there quite simply, and he's elected not to.
Well,
And Gabriel Clemens has missed a big number, It's just careless. Some of that is baffling from Merv, some of that is careless from Gabriel.
Well, Gabriel hit the single 16 in the smaller portion of the bed, then went for the second in the bigger portion, missed that completely. Mervyn King tidies up on double 7 anyway, having passed up seemingly the opportunity to go towards the double 16 in the first instance anyway, and after a bizarre culmination to leg 6, we're level at 3 apiece once again. Gabriel, however, will feel perhaps that was a missed opportunity to stretch his lead to 4-2.
Well, Gabriel Clemens will feel there's been a couple of missed opportunities now, because he missed a couple of darts to go 3-0 up.
57.
Missed an opportunity to get a dart for 4-2 there, and Mervyn King is clinging on. And Chris Dobie earlier on was clinging on in the early stages against Steve West, and in the end
85.
became the superior player and almost ran away with it. 6-3.
One right on 40.
So 3 ranking finals for Gabriel Clemens in the space of a year. Gary Anderson beat him in one, Gerwyn Price in the other, Johnny Clayton in the final of Players' Championship 10 in April of this year. That's just one measure of the giant strides he's made, the German giant, over the past couple of years.
92.
Having only won his tour card at the first attempt at European Q School in January of 2018. There was almost this little bit of a stigma attached to those players who came through the European Q School. Many detractors said it was the easier route, but my word, Gabriel Clemens is certainly illustrating how worthy he is of his place on the pro circuit right now, as indeed are the others who joined him.
But he's in danger here of going behind for the first time in the match. Great visit from him in the end. But Mervyn King, one treble needed. Where's he go there? Well, I mean, he could have gone for an open treble. It might not have left the double he wanted, but maybe that would have been the wiser decision.
20 for double 16 for Gabriel Clemens for 4-3.
Clemens, 8th leg, Mervyn to throw first. Game on.
Oh, Merv chuntering away to himself.
Yeah, it's been another long day for Merv. He does like to get here bright and early, putting in the hours, putting in the hard yards on the practice board upstairs. One break of throw apiece in this match so far.
100.
As Rob said earlier, it is Mensur Suljovic, the defending champion, who awaits the winner of this one. Tough section of the draw to call this one. Mensur, you've got these two, you've got Christoph Ratajski, Dave Chisnell, all in that same little mini segment of the draw. I mean, pick somebody to come through that. I know Michael van Gerwen is not here this weekend, and so you automatically think, well, this is an opportunity for somebody, more so than other weekends, but
I'm not buying into that.
Well, I mean, it is an opportunity.
It is an opportunity, of course, but when
it's not easy, is it?
When you've got a player like Ian White, who's been so dominant over the last 4 European Tour events, he's won the last 2, he's looking to make a 5th successive final, and nobody's done that since MVG. Since the start of 2015. He made 1 at the end of 2014 and then 4 at the start of the next year. So it's been over 4 years since anybody's done that. So normally there would be a tendency to say it's wide open, but the way that Ian White has been playing of late on the European Tour, I'm not so sure it's as wide open as many people suggest.
Well, certainly not, but you know, you just look at this section of the draw and it's so difficult to call. You have to play great darts to come through it, and Mervyn King needs a great dart here, and he can't find it.
Gabriel, you require
2 missed at double 15. A 1-2-4 checkout could swing this game the Germans' way. 14 segment. Bullseye.
99.
Not a million miles away, but it's far away enough for Mervyn King to take up this opportunity for 30 now. Sticking to his guns on that double 15. He's coming inside. I really thought he might have split that. I know it's a huge gamble with Clemens on 25, but only 2 darts at a double for Clemens. And it would have been 2 darts for King, so it would have, it would have balanced it out. What's happening here?
Went for the 1, hit the 18, only gets 1 dot, and that's all he needs. Mervyn King pulled that trick earlier on. Gabriel Clemens returns the favour, but this time Clemens re-establishes his 2-leg lead. He throws now for the match.
Game on.
And for his second victory over Mervyn King this year, and only his second ever victory on a European Tour stage.
42.
But already he has handed the initiative to Mervyn King. 42 is met with a ton. It could have been better for Mervyn King, but what a great time to break for Gabriel Clemens, though. 5-3, throwing for the match.
Well, you just wonder how much is a mental block for Gabriel of winning on these Euro stages, because he isn't a very demonstrative guy when he's playing darts. He doesn't jump around and scream and shout. But there have been little moments in this game where he has been quite fired up, and it suggests to me that he's come here this weekend and is looking to put a few things right.
1 right on 40.
Just one sub-15 dart leg in this match, but it's still been a very absorbing one to watch. And Mervyn King is looking to prolong the agony here for Gabriel Clemens as well. He's down to 1-2-1 on the Clemens throw. In position first is Merv.
100.
And it's
Mervyn, you require
Clemens. He doesn't like that, but
121.
it's enough to keep him in the frame. Treble 17. Finds it. Bullseye. Mervyn King.
96. Gabriel, you require 123.
As he snatches his darts from the board.
Cannot be done now. 21 scored first dart, leaves 102. Bullseye. Well, he'll come back looking at 57 if Mervyn King gives him the opportunity.
25.
But Willie
loves this segment of the board, does Merv. Oh, he's gone next door and he's bust. Well, curse of the commentator there. Sorry, Merv, about that, but normally that segment of the board is where Mervyn King wants to be. And Gabriel Clemens hoovers up the loose pieces, and Mervyn King with a wry smile on his face. He cannot believe what has just happened, busting his score, but Gabriel Clemens did not wait around too long to finish off the job, and Mervyn King is beaten by Gabriel Clemens. Only his second victory over Mervyn King, and only his second ever win on the European Tour as well, and it means he is through to round 2. This is a rare occurrence for Gabriel Clemens, but further signs that things are beginning to come together for the German giant once again.
And a big round of applause
and it's
to
Gabriel
the King,
Clemens,
Mervyn
who goes
King.
through to face Mensur Suljovic in the second round tomorrow. A shake of the head and a wry smile for Merv as he exits the stage. But here's your latest winner, Gabriel Clemens, through to round 2.
Gabriel, in der zweiten Runde Sieg gegen einen der erfahrensten Spieler, den es überhaupt gibt auf dem Circuit. Das war eine richtig harte Auslosung, die du da auch bekommen hast.
Ja, natürlich, das ist eine harte Auslosung. Ich glaube, er ist Nummer 21 der Welt, also das sagt eigentlich alles.
I said to Gabriel, that was one of the hardest draws that he could have had, playing the number 21 in the world in the first round. He says, yeah, obviously Mervyn is a fantastic player. It doesn't get any harder than this in the first round. Zweite Runde gegen Mensur Suljovic, den Titelverteidiger. Auch da steht nochmal eine richtig große Aufgabe an, aber dein Average heute so im Bereich Mitte 90er, zwischenzeitlich sogar mal an der 100 gekratzt. Was rechnest du dir aus für morgen?
Ja, wenn ich auf die Bühne will ich auch gewinnen, also klar. Ich habe, glaube ich, ganz ordentlich gespielt, ich habe ein paar Doppel liegen gelassen, aber er auch, also von daher schauen wir morgen mal.
In the second round, he's going to play against the reigning Danish Darts Open champion, Mensur Suljovic. How he fancies his chances against the Austrian. He says, well, if I walk on this stage, I want to win, and I played decently today. I missed a few doubles, but so did Mervyn. And we say, congratulations to the German giant, Gabriel Clemens.